Guys, I truly and honestly cannot explain to you what I witnessed last night in Chester, Pennsylvania. The history of the Philadelphia Union in the playoffs is no secret. There was none. 3 appearances, no wins, and this is the second ever home playoff game in the Philadelphia Union's young history. Sitting in the River's End while it was raining, it was cold. Half of us woke up with the flu, and yet it was all worth it because the Philadelphia Union fucking beat the Deadpools and sent their asses back home to Jersey. And here on Dupe by the River, my Dupetos, we are going to recap the night that was yesterday in Talent Energy as the Philadelphia Union faced off against the energy drink team from North Jersey. Sit back, hang tight, because we're going to cover it all here on Dupe by the River. Let's get this, guys. Done it! And welcome everyone to Dupe by the River, the show where we follow everything Philadelphia Union with me, El Parcero Philly. And if this is the first time you're tuning into Dupe by the River, if you're returning back, I just want to say thank you for tuning in. Guys, we have finally, after 7 months of restarting this YouTube channel, have reached our goal of 100 subscribers. Now, this doesn't mean that things stop here. This is only the start, but this is the first milestone to what I see in a lot of success for myself, making my name in Philly sports here. I restarted this YouTube channel in hopes that I would not only just, cover my passion, which is sports, but also trying to make a difference, be different than other people, not just sit in front of a camera, ramble off some stuff off a piece of paper. What I try to give you guys is raw, real emotion with honest opinion. I don't do it like other people. I'm not ESPN, I'm not SportsCenter, I'm not MLS.com. I'm at Parcero Philly, and I'm going to make a name for myself here in this city of Philadelphia. And guys, this is the start. If you're not sold on me yet, guys, jump on the bandwagon now because it's going to leave without you. But guys, this is by far probably my favorite review show that we're going to do today because, my God, the Philadelphia Union made history. It's unspeakable what I felt Sunday afternoon and what we witnessed in Talent Energy. The atmosphere, the energy you felt from the crowd, the passion, and the absolute grit and hard work you saw from the players. We saw guys step it up. We saw guys evolve. And guys, we're on to the next round, but let's discuss this match because Sunday afternoon, first round of the MLS playoffs, Union versus Red Bull, one of the more underrated rivalries that we have here in the MLS. Whether the other side wants to admit to it or not, Sunday night was the clear stamp that the Union versus Red Bull is an MLS rivalry. And the MLS is here for it, whether you guys are here for it or not, Red Bull fans. But Jim Kirchin spoke about this all week long. It was super important to come out of Talent Energy in the first round of the playoffs with a win. This franchise needed a franchise-defining moment. And Sunday afternoon, it was that. But let's just dive into this game now. The formation and the starting 11 we saw the Union lineup in for this match. Now, if you watched the preview that I made, I told you guys, enough of this 4-2-3-1 against the Red Bull when we knew that they were going to be expecting it. Instead, I wanted to continue going back to the 4-4-2 diamond. I wanted to see the high press, and I wanted to see that compact midfield dominate this match. And that's exactly what we saw. Now, let's start off with the goalie. And because this was probably the guy that got the most criticism coming away from this first ever playoff game win, that is our Jamaican, our goalie, Andre Blake. Now let's air this all out here, guys. And you can absolutely comment in the comments below of how you feel about Andre Blake. But me personally, did Andre Blake have his best game? No, he did not. Did we still win this match? Yes, we did. Did he do enough to get us the W? Yes, he did. All those goals, I'm not going to fault on him. The first goal, we saw a bad turnover in our own half by Jack Elliott that led to a quick counterattack by the Red Bull. Now guys, if you are a lifelong Philadelphia Union fan like myself and you've watched the Red Bull play, they are good at transitioning. You cannot be turning the ball over in our own half against the Red Bull. And what did they do? 2 quick passes from a Jack Elliott turnover, and Red Bull's Josh Sims was able to beat out Kai Wagner and beat Andre Blake to the goal. Now, granted, Andre Blake most times would block that shot, but you know what, man? I'm not going to put all the blame on Andre Blake when there was a clear turnover in our own end. Now, on the Tom Barlow goal, I will absolutely give that to Andre Blake. You got to make a better judgment there. You can't always go up for those high crosses that are coming into the box. So that I will fault him with. Now, we need him to come up huge in our semifinals matchup against Lane. And I have all the faith in the world that my goalie, my Jamaican, my Andre Blake will have a big game in the semifinals. stamp that shit. Alright, let's talk about the back four. Starting from left to right, we have Kai Wagner, Mark McKenzie, Jack Elliott, and Ray Gaddis. And I have to start out here with my boy Ray Gaddis, because Ray still didn't get the goal that we're all waiting for, but he showed up big. My man was hustling. My man was chasing after guys. My man was not scared, and he showed up for this playoff game. And for as much criticism as a lot of Union fans like to give Ray stepped up. Jack Elliott, despite that one mistake on that first goal, he still had a good game. He even got a goal in this match as well. Great bounce back performance by Jack and my man Mark McKenzie. Guys, if you watched this show since the first episode, you guys will know I love Mark McKenzie. He is my favorite Union defender that we have. Seeing him bounce back from pretty much being forgotten on this Union team to finally getting his job back and performing. He had a good game on Sunday afternoon. Kai Wagner had a bounce-back game after a suspect first half. Still wasn't a dominant force on the attack like we are still missing from him for a while. Now let's look at the midfield, guys, because I was almost right. We'll start from left to right. We had Jamiro Monteiro at the left shuttle midfielder. We had Harris Medunjanin at the sixth role. At that right shuttle midfielder, our captain Alejandro Bedoya. And at the tip of the diamond, we saw the return of Brandon Aronson take back the 10 role. And if you saw my preview, I predicted this midfield, but I had Jamiro and Brandon switch at those different spots. I wanted to see Jamiro's versatility up there at the number 10 role. But guys, we have to start here with Brandon Aronson, because to me, Brandon Aronson grew up before our eyes on Sunday afternoon. I saw a different Brandon Aronson. We have knocked him this season when teams started getting more physical with him. He needed to get more physical. And in this match, although he did get beat a couple of times, my man did not go down without a fight. He was physical all match long. He was relentless all match long as well. And to me, Brandon Aronson for Sunday afternoon became a man. And he is going to be a key factor against Atlanta in the semifinals. Jamiro Monteiro, another solid match. Jamiro is back to where he was in the beginning of the season when we all fell in love with his play. And it's at the right time now, because we are going to need his play against Atlanta. He had a couple dazzling moves. An overall great match by Jamiro Monteiro. Alejandro Bedoya, I love that man. He is Philadelphia. We won't discuss the whole Philadelphia still not paying attention to us, but when you look at this at a broader aspect, when you look at it at a Philly sports aspect, Alejandro Bedoya, you have to put him up there with the Brian Dawkins, the Reggie Whites, the Bernie Perrants, the Bobby Clarks, the Eric Lindroses, the Jimmy Rollins, the Chase Utleys, the Steve Carltons, the Mike Schmitz, the Philly legends. This guy not only had a pivotal role for the U.S. men's national team, but he's been the captain for the most successful Philadelphia Union teams in its franchise's history. And he came up big like a captain should in this playoff game. He started off the goal scoring when we were down 2-0, and that sparked things off. Great showing by Ali, and I really hope he'll be prepared to play come Thursday night against Atlanta, because he did suffer injury, which did take him out of the game in extra time. But great performance by my captain. Harris Medunjanin, solid match. He was shaky at points on defense. He had some bad turnovers as well, but did assist on that first goal. And his long-range game it's very underrated. Up top, guys, as some of us expected right before kickoff, Kasper Shabilko would not play and would not even be in the starting 18. We're praying and hoping that he will be okay to play against Atlanta United, because we're going to need him for a depleted Atlanta United team, but we will discuss that later. Instead, we got a new pairing here, something we have yet to see this season. Sergio Santos Gomes and Andrew Root. Now, Andrew, listen, I'm not going to write him off just yet. Didn't have an inspiring performance, to say the least. He's going to need a full offseason of hard working and preparing for this MLS game. He's got the feel now. He's had enough games to get the feel. But listen, if he plays like this next year, his ass is gone by 2021. Again, he was brought here to score goals, and he has really not done that at all. And Sergio Santos Gomes, man, what a bounce back for him. And I'm so happy to see him actually having some success out there. He worked his butt off, didn't get a goal, but did get an assist. And it was an assist that was in the perfect spot for Fafa to get up there. But Sergio had a great game, and we want to see more minutes from him. You know, in Atlanta, in that turf, you know South American players love to play on that Mercedes-Benz turf. I want to see some success from my man Sergio Santos Gomes. Alright guys, let's talk about the substitutions. In the 62nd minute is when the substitution got started off for the Philadelphia Union, as Jim Kirchin put in our Weapon X. Oh, El Sino got in the game. Now, didn't have the same effect that he had in that first Red Bull game at home, but he was still a factor, and he was still working on those Red Bull defenders. He would come in for Andrew Wooten, and that would shift this formation from a 4-4-2 to a 4-2-3-1, and it was effective. In the 72nd minute, Brandon Ayrton, after a great performance that he had, would come out, and in place with Fafa Pico would come in, who would be one of the heroes of this match here. Scoring a goal 6 minutes after coming in. I really don't want to talk about this just yet, but it really felt like Fafa left everything out on the pitch. Not knowing if this would be his last match or not with the Philadelphia Union, you could tell he loves this club and this city, and he wants to give everything he can to us Union fans before it's all said and done in Philadelphia. Great match by our Fafita. Alright, in the 103rd minute, the Philadelphia Union brought in Marco Fabian in place for Sergio Santos Gomes and Omar Quito. Wow. And you know what's funny is I've talked about it plenty of times, is that this season for Marco Fabian won't get judged until what he does in the playoffs. And my man won us a game. For all we've said, and I even said it myself too, he really wasn't much of a success for us on the field this season. He suffered through some injuries. One thing about Marco, if anyone has ever followed Marco Fabian's career, is Marco always finds a way to persevere. Going through different shit in his career. He's gone through injuries, and it hasn't stopped him to having a successful career. When you look at his career compared to other Mexican internationals, my man's had a pretty successful career. He had success in Bundesliga. How many Mexicans have had success in Bundesliga? You tell me. But obviously Marco Fabian would get the game-winning goal for us at the end of the first extra time. In the 112th minute, Alejandro Bedoya would have to come out as he suffered an injury, and Warren Crayval would come in to finish this match off. This match was absolutely wild. The goal scoring started off right and early for the New York Red Bull. In the 6th minute, Josh Sims would beat out Kai Wagner and would put the ball past Andre Blake. A shot that Andre would save most days would go past him, putting the Red Bull up 1-0, and sitting in Rivers End, seeing 133 covered in red, they went wild. 18 minutes later, Sid Parker on a corner would head the ball in the back of the net. Some miscommunication by the Union defense, and would put the Red Bull up 2-0, and at that point, the Red Bull felt like they won. The match wasn't over, and the Union, like all season long, fought back. In the 30th minute, Harrison Medunian would find Alejandro Bedoya on the far right side, and Ali shot that ball right in the bottom left corner, cut the Union deficit by 1 goal, 2-1 Red Bull. Then unfortunately, in 4 minutes into injury time, on a Red Bull free kick, Andre Blake would misjudge the ball, and it would find Tom Barlow, who would put it in the back of the net to put the Red Bull up 3-1 at halftime. But if you watched my match day vlog, I felt it. I knew people did not feel it, but I knew we were going to come back. We were not going to let this magical season end to a terrible loss to the New York Red Bull, the team we hate the most. I knew this was going to happen. 52nd minute, Jack Elliott would slip a ball into the left corner of the net, Union down 1 goal with the Red Bull leading 3-2. In the 76th minute, Fafita would beat every Red Bull defender and ped the ball into the back of the Red Bull net, beating Robles and tying this match up 3-3 after being down 2-0, down 3-1. The Union came back on the Red Bull, and we were heading into extra time, and there was no way in hell we were going to lose this shit here. I was suffering a nervous breakdown, but I knew we were going to get this. It was just a matter of when it was going to happen. Right before the end of the first extra time, Elsinio, Montiero, Fafita put some work on the right side of the Red Bull defense. Fafita would get the ball off of Aaron Long's hand and beat Aaron Long, high crossing to the far left side of the box of the Red Bull, and found Marco Fabian. Would then try to cross it in, but deflected off a Red Bull defender, and then floated gracefully into the back of the net to put the Union up 4-3 at the end of the first extra time. And for another 15 minutes, we had to sit there and suffer and hope that the Union could finally close this out and give us the win we've all been waiting for. And after 120 minutes played of MLS playoff soccer, the Philadelphia Union won their first ever playoff game. And guys, that was probably one of the best experiences of my life. Witnessing my first ever live playoff match. Winning a playoff match. Not only just winning a playoff match, but the first ever playoff match in Philadelphia Union history. We witnessed history, guys. Can't tell you what this season has meant, restarting a YouTube channel to dedicate it towards soccer in Philadelphia and specifically the Philadelphia Union. And in my first year covering it, witnessing this magical run, guys, I'm blessed. I truly am blessed. And it was an absolute blast down there. You know, being with my Union family, being with Sons of Ben. Guys, I will never forget this moment ever in my life. And when we look at the stats, guys, it will blow your mind because the Philadelphia Union, get this, shot 31 shots. We're not talking about the Philadelphia Flyers. We're talking about the Philadelphia Union. Shot 31 shots with 9 of them on target. Not a very accurate night for the Philadelphia Union. Had 62% of possession. Union, after that first half, burned that bitch on. And the Red Bull only had 12 shots with 5 of them on target and 38% in possession. Man, I don't know where the Red Bull are gonna go for here, but they're gonna have a big overhaul this offseason. Guys, no secret here. Semifinals Thursday night against Atlanta United. I really wish I was down there, watch this match with my parceros, but unfortunately, the responsibilities up here, and we can't just, you know, with just a 3-day layover, just, you know, pick up and go to Atlanta for 2 days. But I will watch it here, guys. And guys, stay positive. Just one match at a time. We've got this, guys. We got this. I will have a match preview for the Atlanta match. But guys, we need the Posidelphia vibes more than ever. Guys, those are my thoughts on this magical match against the New York Red Bull. But I really want to hear from you guys. In the comments below, let me know what you guys are feeling day after the Union beating the Red Bull. And of course, guys, thank you so much for watching. We are not done at 100 subscribers, guys. Please help me continue growing. Let's get to 200 subscribers before 2020. That's 2 months away. Help me to get that goal, guys. That is the next goal. Help me by liking this video, subscribing to this channel, hitting the bell button for notifications, and sharing this video as well as this channel. But until next time, my Luperos, DOOP on.